What's up, y'all? Advance here. So, just finished recording my another episode of the Worth the Wait podcast, and we were getting updates as it was as the show was going on, as opposed to what the NFL is going to do with this whole Damar Hamlin situation or the Damar Hamlin aftermath. So I'm gonna preface everything I'm about to say by saying I'm glad that he's responsive. This isn't really about him, per se. But this is about the situation and how the NFL is handling the situation. So basically, from what I've understood, was that all right. So there were several scenarios that they said could have happened as a result of what happened, because the players were so fucked up that they did not want to play. They didn't want to play the rest of the season, or not the rest of the season. They didn't want to play the rest of this week. So, the game got suspended. Nobody knew what Damar Hamlin's situation was, because the NFL was tight-lipped about it. I think his family came out and actually gave a little bit of information. I think the latest that we've heard before they said he actually woke up was that his that they had to sedate him to put a breathing tube in because he had damage to his lungs. But all right, so going further back, so all right, back to what I was initially saying. So they came up with several scenarios that could have happened. The most popular one that I've heard was that they just give both teams a tie and just keep it pushing. Another one that I heard was that they pushed the playoffs back a week, eliminate the week between the conference championship and the Super Bowl, and that way it allows the Bills and the Bengals to actually play the game that they were supposed to play, or finish the game that they were supposed to finish, or that they started playing, so that you can see so that we can have a definitive ending. So the league. There's another one. So then another one said that they allow an eighth team into the playoffs, and so a fourth wild card team, and that shit was ridiculous. But I think the final, from what we read, the final decision is that for the Bengals and the Bills, Week 18 just didn't exist. So that whole game, that game for them, for those two, that entire week did not happen. And yeah, I can already see that this is gonna make some waves tomorrow morning, because that is, if it's not making waves right now at the time that I'm recording this video, because that means that because that game didn't happen, because technically the Ravens could tie up records with Cincinnati tomorrow, and if they won, I mean not tomorrow but Sunday, if they would have won the game, they would have been 2 up in the division. So they would have gotten a tiebreaker over the Bengals in head-to-head, and the Ravens could have gotten that division slot, the division title. But they said because of that, the Bengals will be recognized as the division champions, but they won't receive division championship perks. Such as, division titles get, division winners get a home game. So they said that if that's the case, then, the Bengals won't get a home game. So the whole time we were sitting here like, all right, so what the hell? Are they going to give it to a wild card team? Or then, so the way that the seeding is set up right now, if the season ended right now, they could play the Ravens. Actually, it's probably not going to affect much next week anyway. So, yeah, so this is a bad decision. But if the season ended right now, based on seeding, the Bengals are set to play the Ravens in the postseason, in the first round of the playoffs. So they said that now, because of how unfair it is, the Bengals will not have a home game because of how they would have won the division. So they're going to give the home game to the Ravens, which, in my opinion, is ass fucking backwards. I don't. Excuse me, but man, this whole situation. They fumbled this whole situation, and trying to handle this, and yeah, this is not the way. This is not right, man. Like, you can't eliminate an entire week from a schedule. If that's the case, all right, give both teams the tie. That way, at least the numbers on the record make sense. But you can't just have let's say if the Bengals would have lost that game on Monday night and the Ravens would have won, they would have tied. They would have tied at 11-6 or 11-5. No, yeah, 11-6. And the Ravens would have the division champ. So what they're trying to do in making in putting a Band-Aid on the situation, it would have probably been better off to just have them play the game. Now, this situation is different than it was 48 hours ago. Damar Hamlin is awake and responsive. To what degree, I don't know. They just said he opened his eyes and he's responsive. But no, this can't be. Y'all gotta come up with a way to make these records make sense, man. And then just saying, all right, yeah, by eliminating a possible loss or a possible win from Cincinnati's record, that pretty much just gives them the division. Because even if the Ravens win, yeah, they would have 11 wins to Cincinnati's 11 wins. But at the same time, you would have 6 losses to 5 losses to so it's not right, man. It's not right. But in any case, post your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I don't know. They had 3 days. They had 3 or 4 days to really figure this out, and I think they should have given. I think they should have allowed for an extra week so that Cincinnati could play that game. Cincinnati and Buffalo could play that game. So, and you can't say that they're too messed up to play because they're playing this Sunday. So, I don't know. And there's also a case where now this was based off of an article that we read. So that whole thing could be completely different within the next 8 hours. So we'll see. I don't know. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think. How do you think they should handle this? Is this a clusterfuck of a situation? I mean, the one positive thing that came out of this is that Damar Hamlin is responsive. So, yeah, there is that. In any case, I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm not gonna spend no more brain power on this until tomorrow morning. I'm out.